scholars, it's Miss Sun here. We're going to be doing math together, and we're going to continue practicing your fast facts or adding and subtracting within 5 without using any strategies. So we're going to be playing a game where I'm going to be telling you a story. You're going to listen for the math that you hear in that story, and then you're going to match that story to a number sentence. And we can set this game up in 2 different ways. You can get the flashcards that you made this week and lay them down in front of you so you can clearly see all of the number sentences. Or you can point to the number sentence on the screen using my game board. Great, so let's get started. The first story is, I had 5 strawberries and I ate 1 strawberry. I had 5 strawberries and I ate 1 strawberry. Again, you can point to the number sentence that matches the story that I told you, or you can point to it on your flashcards in front of you. I'm going to draw this story using symbols. I'm going to use a circle to represent the strawberries in my story. There were 5 strawberries, and I ate 1 strawberry. In the story, I heard 5 strawberries, so my quantity is 5. So I'm looking for the number sentence that starts with 5. I see 5 take away 0 and 5 take away 1. Oh, but I remember that I ate 1 strawberry. And I see that there's 1 circle that represents a strawberry that's crossed out. So the number sentence that makes sense, that matches it, is 5 take away 1 or 5 minus 1. I'm going to cross it out on my game board. And if you're using your flashcards, you can take that flashcard and make a new pile for your finished pile. Great, let's do another one. Your next story is, I had 5 tacos and I didn't eat any of them. I had 5 tacos and I didn't eat any of them. I'm going to draw a picture to represent that story too. I had 5 tacos and I didn't eat any of them. In the story, I started with 5 tacos. So I'm looking for the number sentence that starts with 5. And I also heard in the story that I didn't eat any of them. That means I ate 0 tacos. Oh, there's a number sentence that makes sense. 5 take away 0 or 5 minus 0. I'm going to cross out that number sentence on my game board. And I'm going to move this flashcard to my finish pile. Hey, let's do another one. I had 2 markers and I got 1 more marker. I got 2 markers. I have 2 markers and I got 1 more marker. I'm going to draw this story using symbols. I had 2 markers and I got 1 more marker. In the story, I heard the words 1 more, which tells me that I'm going to have more markers now than when I started with. So I know that the number sentence that matches this is going to be an addition or an adding. So I'm looking at all the number sentences at the top. And since I started with 2 markers, the number sentence that makes sense is 2 and 1 or 2 plus 1. So I'm crossing out that number sentence and moving it to my finish pile. Let's do another one. There was 1 kid at the park and 1 more kid came. There was 1 kid at the park and 1 more kid came. I'm going to draw that story. There was 1 kid at the park and 1 more kid came. Oh, so I know that 1 more kid came. So again, in that story, I heard the word more, which means that there are going to be more kids now than we started with. So I'm looking for a number sentence that is adding. Oh, we started with 1 kid. So it could be 1 and 0 or 1 and 1. Oh, but I remember 1 more kid came. So the number sentence that makes sense is 1 and 1 or 1 plus 1. I'm going to cross out the number sentence and I'm going to move that flashcard to my finish pile. Great. My next story is, there was 1 kid at the beach and no more kids came. There was 1 kid at the beach and no more kids came. I'm going to draw that story using symbols here. There was 1 kid at the beach and no more kids came. So I heard no more kids came, which means that there's supposed to be more kids coming, but 0 kids came. So I'm looking for the number sentence that ends with plus 0. Oh, I see 1 plus 0 or 1 and 0, and 4 plus 0 or 4 and 0. Oh, but we started with one kid at the beach. So I know that the number sentence that makes sense is 1 and 0, or 1 plus 0. So I'm going to cross it out, and I'm going to move that flashcard to the finish pile. Great. Our next story is, I had 4 balloons, and I gave away 1 to a friend. I had 4 balloons, and I gave away 1 to a friend. I'm going to draw that story here using symbols. I had 4 balloons. The circles represent the balloons, and I gave 1 away to a friend. So in this story, I've heard the words gave away, which means that I'm going to have less balloons than I started with. So I know that in my story, there's going to be take away. Or my number sentence is going to be subtraction or minus. So it could be 4 take away 1, 4 take away 2, or 3 take away 2. Oh, but I know that I started with 4 balloons because there's 4 circles that represent the balloons here. So my equation is going to start with 4. So 4 take away 1 or 4 take away 2. But I gave away 1 balloon and I crossed out 1 circle that represents that balloon. So the number sentence that makes sense is 4 take away 1. Moving that flashcard to the finish pile. Now, the next story is, I had 4 tires and 2 tires popped. I had 4 tires and 2 tires popped. I'm going to draw that story here using symbols. I had 4 tires and 2 tires popped. In that story, it says 2 tires popped. That means that they're no longer working. So I'm going to have less tires that are working now. So it sounds like I'm looking for a takeaway number sentence, a subtraction or minus. So it could be 4 take away 2 or 3 take away 2. Oh, but I know that we started with 4 tires. I drew 4 circles that represent the tires. So the number sentence that makes sense is 4 take away 2 or 4 minus 2. And we're going to move that flashcard to the finish pile. The next story is, there are 3 kids swimming in the pool and 2 kids left. There are 3 kids swimming in the pool and 2 kids left. I'm going to draw that story here. 3 kids swimming in the pool and 2 kids left. Oh, in that story I heard 2 kids left. So I know there'll be 2 less kids swimming in the pool. The quantity is getting smaller, or the number of kids is getting smaller. So I know that the number sentence is take away. Oh, here we go. 3 take away 2. I did start with 3 kids, and I crossed out 2 for the 2 kids that left. So the number sentence that makes sense is 3 take away 2, or 3 minus 2. And that flashcard is going in the finish pile. The next story is, I had some apples, 3 were red and 2 were green. I had some apples, 3 were red and 2 were green. Oh, in that story, there's no action. I don't know what's happening. They're just describing some things about some apples. So I had some apples, 3 were red, so I'm going to make an R for red, for those red apples, and 2 were green. So I'm going to make a G for the green apples here. Oh, but because I drew 3 red apples and 2 green apples, the number sentence that makes sense is 3 and 2 or 3 plus 2. I'm going to cross out that number sentence and move it to the finish pile. And our last story is, I had some carrots, 4 were yellow and 0 were purple. I had some carrots, 4 were yellow and 0 were purple. 4 were yellow, Y for yellow, and 0 were purple. And the number sentence that matches is 4 and 0, or 4 plus 0. And we're going to move that flashcard to the finish pile. Nice job, scholars. So now it's your turn. There's a couple ways that you can play this game. You can play this game with a partner by doing it the same way that we did, where a partner is telling you a story or drawing a picture of a story, and you are finding the number sentence that matches it using your flashcards. Or you can play by yourself by taking your flashcards and choosing one, reading the number sentence, and then telling yourself a story that matches it, or drawing a picture of a story that matches that number sentence. Have a great day, scholars. Bye.